Hi, friends. Um, so back with another head-on-end update. For the time being, I put a marquee up there, but that's not what we're talking about today. Um, so I finished my upright ROMs. It worked out pretty well, and it was pretty fun overall. I had never really done a whole lot of Z80 assembly, so that was pretty cool learning about that. So the couple immediately obvious things is that both player scores are on the bottom. The top is player one, the bottom is player two, and then followed by the player high scores and the game over. Now, one thing that I did since the last video, if I remember right, is I actually shifted this stuff up. I actually had to write or adjust the routines that actually write that, because the way it worked was it printed with an offset. So by adjusting the offset, I could move this up with no issues. The only issue is it moved all the text up except for the player scores. Those were done differently, but it would move the credit scores up to be like the middle row right there. So what I ended up doing is I ended up rewriting the routine that prints the credit to also write a flag, and in the routine that prints out or that does the offset, instead of doing the checks to see if it's player two and flipping the screen, which it would never hit because I was doing like an and zero, so it could never reach it. It checks for that flag. If the flag does it, it'll determine that it's doing the credit and would only do that. Um, so, um, so yeah, that's really it. Now, the other thing you might notice is that it says credit 02. In addition to writing the upright ROMs, I also wrote a Freeplay mod, because all my games down here are on Freeplay. So why not this one? So it's simple. Just press the start button, and it goes right to it, and it's ready to play. So yeah, that's really all I got. It works as it's supposed to. I fixed the issue where the wrong high score flashes. So the problem I was having in the previous video is that, like, if player two got the high score, it would still flash on player one. So yeah, I had corrected that, and just to show player two works. So doesn't slow the game down. It was actually kind of a challenge. A lot of games use use NMI or some kind of interrupt for reading controls. The thing about head-on and head-on-end is that they don't use interrupts at all, so I couldn't bank on that. So I just had to figure out the place that was active enough but not insanely active, so I could put that routine for checking for player one or player two input without slowing down the game. Because, like, if I had inserted it in like one of the draw routines, it would have slowed the whole game down. And I couldn't put it anywhere near stuff that messes with the stack because I was calling a routine, so that would mess with the stack. It was it was just it was a fun time. So just to show that I fixed the... To show that I fixed that issue. As you can see, the bottom one flashes correctly. So yeah, that's really all I got. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll post another video when the rest of the cabinet is done. All that I really want to do is, well, there's a few things. I want to switch the power supply. I have a custom power solution on there for using a RT125B power supply by Meanwell. Well, I found out they used they have a different one that has both the 512 and negative counterparts for both of those. Whereas with the RT125B, I have to make the negative 5 volts. So I'm going to replace that and make a new adapter board, because I have a little adapter board that makes it so I can use a harness that's in the style of it. And then the other thing I need to do is I need to update my ROM board for this, because the idea is I want to be able to turn Freeplay on and off by just flipping a switch. And I'm thinking I might add a second switch to it just to set it to cocktail mode, just for completeness sake. Yeah. Well, I'm rambling at this point, and this video is longer than I want it to be. If you stayed to the end, cool. Alright. Have a good one. Bye now.